Hi, and welcome to the Hiboy electric bike EX6. Today, we're going to be doing an unboxing. So first, we're going to start by unboxing the packaging. Okay, so after taking the bike out, make sure you place it on a flat surface, and then inside the box, you will find your seat and also another box that will have all the accessories inside you need for the bike assembly. Inside, we have our user manual, both left and right pedals, a charger, front headlight, installation kit, a handlebar stem, and our front wheel axle. Okay, so this bike is equipped with a 500-watt motor, which is capable of speeds up to 25 miles per hour, which is powered by here, if you can see, a 48-volt battery that with a full charge, you can travel up to 40 miles. So now we're going to start taking off some of the outer packaging before we put this thing together. Okay, so this is going to be your front fender here. This is actually, we'll just take this off and set it down here. And this is going to be your front wheel. So I'm actually left-handed. We can take this off. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to put the front light on and the fender. So first we'll take this screw out and set this guy down. And then the actual fender is going to go on from the back. And set this guy here. The light, move that out of the way. No need to put it on all the way in the beginning. Just make sure it's a little bit tight so nothing falls off. So just a couple more here, and that should be about good. So here, all we have to do is connect the light, and it should be good. Okay, so first install the handlebars onto the handlebar stem. Unscrew the two screws on the handlebar cover. Then position the handlebars in the correct place. Replace the handlebar cover and tighten the screws. So next, we're going to be putting our handlebars on. So we'll take this cap off first, and then we'll put the bottom piece in, just because it can be a little tricky. So with these, you can actually adjust the height quite a bit. I like my handlebars up a little high. If you want them to set it really low, that's also okay. So just to make sure this doesn't move on us, want to make sure the handlebars are in line with the wheel, just so you're not driving all crazy. So here, you can actually rotate these quite a bit. Like I said, this is totally preference. For me, I like to have them pretty much straight, so we'll just set them like this for now. And then make sure these are on nice and tight. So next we're going to put our seat in. So obviously you can adjust the height. We'll leave it up here just a bit. So then all you have to do is lock this in place and your seat will be good. So with the bike, you're going to get two sets of keys. So first, this will be all the way to the right is your on position. And then next will be the off position. And then to take out the battery, you have to push it in and pull it all the way to the left. And then we'll set our seat up this way. And then once, like I said, once you have the battery unlocked, you can pull it out like this. And then make sure when you put it back in, there's going to be a click just like that. And then set it and then lock it. So next we're going to put the wheel on. So in order to do that, we're going to flip the bike over. So first, we're going to take our screen and we're going to rotate it down this way just so we don't accidentally break it whenever we rotate the bike. Okay, so next we're going to talk a little bit about the tires. So the stock tires that come with this bike are 20x4 in size, and these tires are actually suitable for a lot of different types of terrain. So if you check the treading here on the wheels, if you're going through sand, you're going through mud, you're going through water, you're mountain biking, any of those sort of situations, these tires are going to be great. So next we're going to be putting the wheel on. So we'll take this piece off first, and then we have another piece here that we can remove. And then here, I'll show you on the back, this also needs to come off. And make sure that the metal is facing outwards when you put this on. So the wheel will just slip right in here. And then we'll take the fixing rod. We can remove this. And there's going to be 2 springs. We only want to take off one. And this will go straight through the tire. And then make sure with the spring you want to take the small end and put it on and have the big end facing out. And then we'll just make sure that we put this. And then make sure once the wheel is on, spin it first. And if you hear no sound, it's on correctly. So on your 2 pedals, you'll be able to see where the right and the left one go. All right, so we're going to put the right pedal on first. You'll just turn it clockwise. After your pedal's screwed in, just take the wrench and make sure that it's tight. Just like that.
Next, tighten the 2 screws on the rear rack to secure the rear rack in place.
So now that our bike's assembled, we can rotate our monitor back to whatever position that we like. And then we're just going to double check here that the reflector is on tight. So for the last adjustment on the handlebars, if we just loosen it up here, you can see that it can, you can actually change the angle at which the handlebar is set. So here on the right, you can see that it's from 10 to 50 degrees. Once you find the angle that you like, all you have to do is tighten it back up. And then you'll have a cap, and this just goes right here in the top.
Hiboy EX6 has undergone a significant upgrade to its braking system since 2025. The previous mechanical disc brakes have been replaced with hydraulic disc brakes, providing a more comfortable riding experience and more reliable braking performance.
So now that our bike assembly is finished, we can test it out. So remember to turn the bike on all the way to the right down here with the keys. And then we'll also turn our tracking monitor here so we can check our speed and our battery. So on the top here, we have our light, and the bottom will be your horn. And then here, you can change the different modes for your driving. Okay, so now that we're done with our assembly, it's time for us to go outside and try our new bike.